Hey there, hi there, it's me, Priscilla B, and welcome, Aquarius, to your dream reading. Um, so, I am going to be using a few different spreads, the guide spread and the union spread, and maybe even the dreamers spread. I'm definitely going to be using the dreamers spread, okay? So, maybe even the dreaming tree spread. I don't know. But I'm going to be using the Nightmare Before Christmas cards. But I'm going to be going based off this Dreams of Gaia tarot card spread. Okay? Because I don't have the cards for this anymore. They're like just got lost over time. So, starting off with the guide spread. Okay, this is just one card, the main card of this reading. That's going to be your guide throughout the reading. And this simple one card reading can be performed on a daily or nightly basis. The card you draw can serve as your guide for as long as you have need of it. Okay, and that's going to be your strength card. Okay, the strength card here. Okay, so let's see what this strength card means. Okay. So, strength card. So, the strength card represents bravery, courage, compassion, and a gentle, nurturing leadership. Our or incarnation of this card is the behemoth, who is often seen using his great strength to help out around Halloween Town. Though the behemoth is large and imposing, he has a soft side that celebrates creatures big and small. Bunny! Strength isn't just about brute force, it's about having the self control and sense to know when to be firm and when to lead with compassion. Don't try to use force to get your way. You'll be more successful if you lead by example and stay kind. Reverse, if you're feeling powerless, remember it's never too late to start over and live the life you envision. Regain control over your destiny by believing in yourself. You're far more powerful than you think. Okay? So that's a great source to be your guide, right? Is to remember that strength. Okay. Now we have the union spread. Okay. And once you have settled yourself and shuffled the cards, draw one card and place it on the table or ground before you. Now draw a second card and place it to the right of the first. Finally, draw a third card and place it below the first two. Okay, so the first card, this one's the one on the left, is the focus card and represents a facet of yourself that needs to be addressed. Reflect on the message of the card. It may be relating to avoidance around the resolution of a specific matter, or may simply be serving to highlight that your attention is focused on an issue that this card relates to for good or ill. So it's like upright and reversed. And we have the Hermit. Okay, this is your Hermit card. Okay, so let's look at the Hermit and see what that's about. So we have the Hermit. The Hermit is a thoughtful, introverted figure who likes to spend his time ruminating alone, like the creature under the stairs. Upright, now it's the time to get inspired by example and withdraw for some quiet alone time. The Hermit calls for reflection, so do it a bit of soul searching. Consider your current position, goals, and dreams. Remember your past and learn from it so you can bring those lessons with you into a successful future. Reversed, are you feeling overwhelmed or aimless? If you need direction, look within. You have the answers you need to find them. Make time for yourself. Getting away from the hustle and bustle of daily life will bring you much needed clarity. Okay, so for good or for bad, you have to be able to, like spend some quiet time alone, right? And that's what you're focusing on. Um, and that's what your needs need to be right now. Now, the card on the right is the soul card, and this represents a facet of yourself that is one of your strengths. You may still need to address a situation or circumstance that this facet influences, especially if the card appears reversed. But it is an aspect that you're capable of addressing, and the soul card will bring you knowledge that will help you on your journey. Okay, and that's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I kind of think that's what you're trying to focus on, right? Is that Wheel of Fortune. Um, and you're trying to come up with ideas of bringing that forward. So, like Oogie Boogie's roulette wheel, the Wheel of Fortune is all about chance. This card represents a major life changes and shifts in luck. Upright, you have reached a turning point in your life. The moment when the storm clouds part, the sun comes out, and your luck begins to change. Now may be the time to make a big move. Whether you switch careers, begin a new romance, jumpstart lifestyle shifts, or relocate across the country, you'll have good fortune on your side. Reverse, life is full of ups and downs. Everything can change in an instant, which may feel scary or even traumatic. Don't get discouraged when things seem dire because fortune is unpredictable and the fate is at play. Stay hopeful. Okay, that's your soul card. Is staying hopeful, especially when things are going up and down. Good luck, bad luck, all of that, and that's what you're acknowledging. Um, um, so you're capable of addressing this. The soul card will bring you knowledge that will help you on your journey. So the Wheel of Fortune is going to help you on your journey because you're searching for fortune, right? The final card is the Left to Become One card and will present you with a course of action that may allow you to marry the information offered by the Focus and Soul cards and achieve wholeness and balance. So, the final card here is the Eight of Needles. The Eight of Needles. Okay, so that's gonna see this. Um, you know, these two things becoming what makes the wholeness here, being the hermit leads to the fortune, right? So that's the balance, okay? With this Eight of Needles, okay? So, Eight of Needles, Eight of Needles. So, the Eight of Needles represents the feeling of restriction. Have hope. All's not lost. Even if you're feeling trapped or stifled and life seems to be unraveling at the seams, remember that you have the power to free yourself with what's holding you back and stitch yourself back together. Okay, so reverse, the card indicates self deprecation. You're being too hard on yourself. You're full of potential and opportunities are all around you. Believe in yourself and don't be afraid to go out on a limb to reach what you want. Okay, so what you want is the Wheel of Fortune, and you want to do this through your hermit energy, right? Through your focusing, through your reflecting, right? But you have to pay attention for, you know, the signs that you're holding yourself back or that you're losing hope. And it's funny because that's fortune, right? That's luck. So you're losing hope by being in hermit mode, like by, being focusing, by focusing on this hermit energy, you're it says now's the time to get inspired, right? But you're feeling overwhelmed, right? Or like you're trying to get inspired, you're trying to be motivated so that you can bring in fortune, but then you're like doubting it, right? You're like, oh no, if I get too excited, I have to withdraw, right? If I get too motivated, I have to withdraw. Like, is my inspiration, do I need to stop being inspired, right? Do I need to stop being motivated? No, the cards are saying don't do that, right? So that you can draw on the fortune and the success you need. All right, let's take a look at the Dreamer's spread. Okay, the purpose of the Dreamer's spread is to delve into the mind and shine a light upon the dreams and hopes of you, the dreamer. Before you begin, take several deep, slow, and calming breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once you have stilled yourself, shuffle the cards and place them as outlined below. 1 we have is the Dreamer. So the Dreamer, this card represents you, the Dreamer, and is a reflection of what resides in your present vibration. Okay, and we have this Empress card. Okay. Okay. So this is the Empress card right here. So let's take a look at this Empress card. So the Empress is a maternal, nurturing figure who enjoys indulgence, and life's creature comforts. Our Empress is the corpse mom who is often seen leading her child on a leash. Upright, this is a call for compassion. Being patient and kind with yourself and others will get you further than any other approach. Now is a great time to nurture and indulge your creative impulses, and staying grateful will help you keep a positive, healthy outlook. Reversed, are you being too hard on yourself? You may have been feeling self-critical lately, but beating yourself up about perceived failures and flaws won't help. Be patient and give yourself room to make mistakes. They're learning opportunities. Okay, so that can be like where you're being like too hard on yourself, right? So the unconscious mind. Okay, what dwells within your unconscious mind? Is it harmony with your present vibration? We have the chariot. Okay, so this is going on. This is in heart. Is it in harmony with your present vibration? The chariot, is it in harmony? I don't know. All right, so this chariot card. Let's take a look at that. All right, love you too. So the chariot card. This is the chariot card. So, with determination, focus, and drive, Jack steers his sleigh through the night sky, delivering presents on Christmas Eve. The chariot represents progress, forward momentum, and the harnessing of inner strength to overcome obstacles in the way. Upright, Jack stops at nothing to make his dreams come true. His singular commitment to a goal is what the chariot is all about. Don't get sidetracked because there's no time for doubts. Continue forward with fierce determination and don't let anything stand in your way. Reverse, are you getting bogged down in the details or discouraged by setbacks? Reconnect with your initial motivation. Remembering your goals will help you find the strength and passion you need to move forward and succeed. Okay? And that's that unconscious mind, right? Is what dwells within your unconscious mind is this determination to succeed. That you can always let too many details or too much information try to um, boggle you down so you lose sight of what's important, okay? Don't let anything stand in your way. And that's a good place to be in unconsciously for sure. Now, in the past, you have your past has shaped you. What from your past is influencing your choices in the present? And that's this Hanged Man card. The Hanged Man card. Okay? So that's your past. All right? So a lot of major arcanas here. So like a lot of major energies of like just being determined and knowing where you want to go, where you're headed. Okay. So your past is the Hanged Man. Okay. Um, what's going on in your past? Okay. Page 36. Okay. The hangman represents a great cause, unexpected delays, and the need for a shift in perspective. In this deck, the hangman is represented by Sandy Claus, who's been captured by Oogie Boogie's lair. Life is unpredictable, and your circumstances can change very quickly. It's easy to get caught up in plans, goals, and thinking about the future, but the hangman reminds you it's important to pause every once in a while, focus on the present, and appreciate where you are in life. If not, a villainous boogeyman might just show up and do it for you. Reversed, are you feeling stuck, trapped, or caught up in an unexpected situation that seems dire? Maybe you're facing unforeseen setbacks that have put your progress on hold. Or are you feeling listless and lacking direction? Right now, give up a bit of control, try to work with new circumstances instead of against them, and things will turn out as they're supposed to. You might be happily surprised by where you end up if you go with the flow. Okay? So the past is literally telling you, like, look forward to the future, but remember to not get too ahead of yourself, right? And just pace yourself and take your time, right? And stay in the present as well. And don't lose focus on that either. Immediate future, this is energy of your environment that affects and influences your immediate future. Um, so, immediate future is this tower here with the crescent moon, the tower. Okay, so that's your immediate future. I feel like you're hanging just like by a thread, like this Santa Claus in the tower, right? Um, so let's see the tower here. I feel like you're trying to hold on to something, but it's like you need to let go of that something. The tower. Jack plots his Christmas takeover high up in his tower, but his scheme doesn't go according to plan, creating chaos in both the human world and holiday world. The tower represents unexpected destruction, confusion, and major upheaval that illuminates the truth. While you may be feeling blindsided by an unexpected life-changing revelation, trust that this new perspective will ultimately help you. Clarity will come when the dust settles. Sometimes the tower reverse indicates you're going through a very personal cataclysmic transformation. Soul-searching and honesty will see you through the fog. Other times, the tower reverse indicates resistance to the change brought on by catastrophe. Don't fear the unknown. Embrace the inevitable for a smoother transition and brighter days. Exactly. So, like, your immediate future is your environment and energy you feel, and this tower is affecting it, right? The unexpected destruction is affecting you. Clarity will come when the dust settles, so just wait for the dust to settle, and don't fear the unknown. Okay. Long-term future. This is energy of your environment and self that affects and influences your long-term future, your goals and dreams. And we have the star card. These are literally all major arcanas. This like entire reading. Okay, except for the Nine of Needles, right? So the Star card, the Star. Um, so the Star represents trust, faith, and newly found clarity. When all feels lost, have hope. Like Zira's glowing jack-o'-lantern nose, the star will light your way and guide you forward. Now is the time to look to the skies and dream. The star is here to illuminate the visionary in you. Let go of self-doubt that's weighing you down, because inspiration is ready to carry you to new heights. Reversed, are you feeling confused, lost, or discouraged? Don't despair. The star is comforting, beacon of light. Trust in yourself, and you'll find your way out of the fog. Your dreams are still possible. You just need to believe in them again. Um, and your long-term future are your goals and your dreams coming true. The conscious mind. What dwells within your conscious mind and is your overall energy and unconscious mind? And that's the moon card. Okay. Another major arcana. Moon card. Okay. So that's what's going on in your conscious mind. Moonlight illuminates Jack in the graveyard as he reflects on his feelings. The moon represents a great limit, the subconscious, and intuition. Analyze complex or confusing situations you find yourself in. Are things really what they seem to be? What's going on under the surface? Beware of deception and listen to your instincts. They know the truth. In order to move forward, you need to be honest about your feelings with yourself and others. Expressing yourself will lift a weight off your chest and get you out of a melancholy headspace. The sun is about to come out, and a new day will bring you possibilities. So it's good to, is it in harmony with your unconscious mind? Well, let's take a look. Your unconscious mind was this, the chariot, right? So, yeah, it is. The chariot was, the Chariot message was determination and focus, and the conscious one is listen to your instincts. They know the truth in order to move forward, right? In order to move forward and overcome obstacles in your way, you need to be honest about your feelings with yourself and others. Expressing yourself will lift a weight off your chest and get you out of a melancholy headspace. The sun is about to come out and a new day will bring new possibilities. Okay? Um, so the sun will come out, right? The moon is out now, right? You're getting your feelings off your chest now, but the sun is going to come out and illuminate everything. Repression, a potential blockage. This is an energy or influence that you are avoiding, or is in need of strengthening or to help make your dreams a reality. Whether the card falls upright or reversed, this card symbolizes something that needs addressing and it has too much or too little influence over you. And that's just judgment, right? Maybe somebody judged you too harshly, said things about you that were not true. And this caused you to kind of, that you let this influence you a little too much, right? You let their judgment influence you too much. Okay? So, what was their judgment of you? I'd like to know. Let's see what their judgment is. Okay. We all have pivotal decisions to make in our lives. Will yours land on the naughty list or the nice list? I feel like someone tried to put you on their naughty list, but you're like a nice person. So that kind of like stung a little bit that they were been so judgmental of you. Alright, so now isn't the time to be hasty and impulsive. Consider your actions and choices carefully and take time to think things through. Remember that all action have reactions. Be sensible and stay true to your conscience. Have you been a little too self-critical lately? Thoughtful reflection can be positive and constructive, but be careful not to take that energy too far and get down on yourself. We all make mistakes. Learn from them. Forgive yourself. You're doing your best. Okay? Guide. A potential guide or energy. This will strengthen you and work with any blockages. And we had the guide card as your strength card, right? So using strength to strengthen you and work with any blockages is like very fortunate that you got this, right? So we have the 6 of candles, the 6 of candles here. Okay, so that's going to be your guide here. Okay. Success. This is a victorious card showing all your hard work is paying off, and you're getting the rewards you deserve. Keep the momentum going by turning your self-confidence boost into motivation for your next project. You've been measuring yourself against other people's barometers of success. That's why you have the That's why you have the repression. That's why you have the judgment card come up, because you're letting other people write you on the nice or naughty list, and it's like, I'm gonna write my own list, and I'm gonna put myself on the judgment nice when I can, and if I'm being naughty, I'm gonna put myself on the naughty list. But you're a grown ass person, like you don't need other people putting you on a list, okay? You're on your own list, okay? And you're getting the rewards you deserve. Keep the momentum going by turning this self-confidence boost into motivation for your next project. You've been measuring yourself against other people's barometers of success and feeling disappointed. That's where the repression comes in. It's time to check in with yourself. What makes you happy? What do you find fulfilling? Reject the status quo and celebrate your accomplishments without comparing them with anyone else's. And this is so important here because especially when you're starting something new or you're doing something for yourself that brings you like a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment, and your success, you see other people's success, and you're like, why isn't my success where their success is? stop doing that. Your success is where it needs to be right now, and use your success you have now to be your momentum for your success down the road. Who's to say where you're going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years from now, right? 100 years from now. Maybe you'll still be alive. Who knows? So, don't, right? All right. So, use that as your guide there, as your success you have achieved so far is going to be your driving force to strengthen you and work through any blockages. So even when people are saying, you know, you're not as successful as you need to be or where you should be or blah, 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 blah. Like, no, you're exactly where you need to be right now. Expression. This is the key to unlocking a potential direction for your creative flow, and that is justice. You're all about justice. You're all about doing what's right and fair. And this is your motivation. This is key to unlocking your potential. Is you want your direction to flow in the flow of justice. And it's so important for you too, because like this, especially with the repression of being judged, but you are the justice, and this is where your flow comes from. This is where your creativity comes from. It's almost like you it's almost like irony. It's like the people judging you don't want you to be creative, and they don't want you to get justice, right? They're trying to create blockages for you so you don't get what you deserve. But that is where you get even more power from. That's where you get even more inspiration from, is when there are so many blockages fighting against you that you're like, that's just motivate even more. It gives you more motivation. You're using their blockages as motivation. You're giving you an excuse, right? They're giving you an excuse, right? So it's kind of funny, right? So it can be repressive, especially when it's very harsh, right? If people judge you, it's very harsh. But the justice card is coming in here to say, keep fighting for what's right. Keep fighting for justice for yourself, for those you love and care for. So justice, 34. Fighting for what's right. So let's see, 34. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, sweetie. So 34, 35. Okay. So justice. The residents of Halloween Town come together during town meetings to discuss important events and decisions. Okay, so the residents of Halloween Town come together during town meetings to discuss important events and decisions, invoking the spirit of justice. Justice as a tarot card is all about due course, accountability, and deciding what's fair. You're searching for the truth. Okay, so seek out views and opinions of others to give you a clear perspective of what's really going on. If you're in the process of making a big decision, think about all the possible outcomes and keep future repercussions in mind. Reversed, are you behaving in ways that align with your conscience? Examine your personal ethics and make sure they align with your actions. Make decisions carefully with the law of cause and effect in mind. Whatever action you take will have a reaction, so be sensible and be aware of consequences. Okay, so that's your expression, right? Is unlocking a potential direction for a creative flow. It's like looking for answers and fighting the truth and fighting for justice. Okay, so all of this basically just comes down to, you know, um, what's happening with you, what's going on with you, what's all this building up to, right? What's all this leading up to? And the dreaming, so I think to, find your wheel of fortune, right? To self-reflect on what you have been going through. Um, that is what you look for in your dreams, right? It's like the answers you're seeking of what's your driving force, what's motivating you, how do you get through these challenges, right? So, the dreaming tree spread. Um, so the dreaming tree spread. The dreaming tree spread is a complex reading that allows the reader to have an in-depth conversation with self and the divine. Before you read, make sure you're comfortable and relaxed. Take several deep and cleansing breaths while holding the cards before shuffling and placing them before you as discussed below. Okay, so some a few breaths. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle these cards up. All right, so the trunk represents you, the seeker, and that's this 9 of Needles. Okay, so that's just like where you're at right now. Is this 9 of Needles energy? Okay, like yes, you want justice. Yes, this is where you get your creative flow from. Okay, but now you need to um, have an in-depth conversation with self and the divine. Um, okay, so it's 9 of Needles, or is that a 6 of Needles? Oh, that's a 6 of Needles. Wait, that's 6 of Needles. I'm right. 6 of Needles usually indicates you've been through a difficult time. Have you recently been in conflict with someone or experienced an unexpected setback? It's time to pick up the pieces and get on track again. Reversed, you're avoiding taking action on something which is making you uneasy. This card reverse often represents resistance or delay that won't benefit in the long run. Leaving what's comfortable and familiar can be scary. Trust that this change will be worth the temporary discomfort. So once you know what's motivating you to move forward, now you're recognizing why you were being held back, right? Is that repression? Is that someone was judging you poorly? So now it's time to pick up the pieces and get back to what you're doing again, which is fighting for justice here and using that for your inspiration and creative flow. Um, we have the first branch, the current mood or energy in your environment at the time of the reading, and that is the Ten of Presents. This Ten of Presents, okay? So, this Ten of Presents is a card of completion and wealth. It represents a happy home life, lasting success, and financial abundance. Take the Ten of Presents as a sign things are going to work out in your favor. Reversed, this card indicates you may have an unhealthy relationship with wealth. Are you acting like the giant snake, encircling your vast treasure and unwilling to share? Remember, you didn't get here by yourself. You had help, support along the way, and now it's your turn to help and support others. Okay, so you want this happy home, this lasting success and financial abundance, right? You know, like karma, you have to like do something good to get something good back, right? That's kind of like you're creating this beautiful happy home for yourself now by sharing, you know, what wealth you've accumulated, you can now gift to others. So you got your, it's like a transfer of like gifts to you, now gifts to others, and gifts to you, and gifts to others, right? Um, and then it's this like endless beautiful cycle of good stuff. Now the second branch, a possible strength or weakness that may impact upon the present, is this King of Candles. Mm. That's probably what you're worried about, is this King of Candles. Because you want the Ten of Presents. You're picking up the pieces to have the Ten of Presents. But the King of Candles is getting in the way here. Okay. The King of Candles is a capable, celebrated leader who focuses on the big picture, like the Pumpkin King himself. He's a visionary with a knack of bringing people together and inspiring them to work toward a common goal. Reversed, here the King of Candles turns out the opinions of others and becomes a bit ruthless in the pursuit of what he wants. His impulsiveness and unyielding determination can lead to disaster if he refuses to listen to sensible advice. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of where you are at. That's why it's the strength but the weakness at the same time. It's like you're dealing with those opposing energies of like, am I going to be dealing with this strong, determined visionary who's capable, or am I dealing with someone who is on, he's leading things into disaster if he refuses to listen to sensible advice. And your advice, I feel like, includes the justice card here. I feel like your advice is sensible, but you're dealing with someone who is not willing to listen. The third branch is the present. and that is the Two of Presents. Okay, we have branch, we have the second branch, and we have the third branch, which is the Two of Presents, the present. So Two of Presents reminds you it's important to prioritize your time. There are only so many hours in a day. Make sure you're giving enough attention to the people and things that mean the most to you. Reverse, you're struggling to manage your time, money, or energy, and it's starting to affect you negatively. If you have too much on your plate, reevaluate your commitments. Analyze your expenses and cash and flow. Delegate tasks and make meaningful changes that will create balance in your life. And I feel like that's where like that cash in, cash out flow just like generates from is like you have to be the sensible one and you have to be the determined one and you have to bring in that energy of like working together and like coming up with a solid plan that's sensible and it's not delegating you with like a million tasks. And I feel like that's where the pressure is coming from. As you try to be creative, as you try to have this, good sensibility about you, you keep getting piled with more and more and more and more tasks. And it's like becoming such a problem. So you're like forced to speak up about it and tell the truth. And that's where the justice card comes in. Is like, yeah, I'm not going to be delegated more and more tasks. I'm already doing what I can do. Picking up the pieces here. The fourth branch, the first of three choices are possible courses of action for the present or future. Okay, and that's the Queen of Candles. This choice, okay, to deal with this. And this is like an energy that's like telling you like what to do, sort of, and that's like creating more work for you. It's almost like they're so determined to put more work and more work and more work on you. And you're just like, I'm done working. Now it's time for me to pick up the pieces of my life that I left behind and deal with this over here. And they're like trying to pull you back in, So the Queen of Candles is the possible strength or weakness, the first of three possible choices, okay? Or outcomes. So let's see what this Queen of Candles outcome or choice is. The Queen of Candles represents a clever, confident person with a strong, independent streak. Used to be the center of attention, she's a popular, inspiring leader who brings out the best in everyone. Bringing optimism to any project will invigorate it with energy needs to be successful. The reverse Queen of Candles lacks self-confidence. Have you been giving too much attention to opinions of others? Yeah, like this person wants you to listen to their opinion and their opinion alone. Don't stifle your ideas and lose your voice. Make time for a bit of soul searching and express yourself. Don't worry what others may think. You have so much to offer. That's the thing, is like they want you to listen to their opinions and stifle your own ideas and your own voice. And you're not doing that. And we're almost like a bully, who's like, hush, be quiet, we don't care what you say, what you do. You're stepping away from that energy and you're stepping into your own energy of making time for yourself and how you want to express yourself over here. So that's a good choice, is to put yourself in a position of speaking up about what you want versus what other people want. And then we have the first leaf. The second of three choices are possible outcomes, present for future. Two of Needles. Two of Needles. Right under the Six of Needles. And the Two of Presents is right under the Ten of Presents. And the Queen is right under the King. So the King is like, this good person sometimes with like good ideas and you got everybody. But right now he's acting in the reverse of that. And you are the Queen who's like, I don't care about these other people's opinions. I'm going to do what I want to do. And the Two of Presents and the Ten of Presents are reminding you about this. Two of Needles. Yeah, 2 of needles. Yeah, it's important for you to prioritize your time. Like, you need to do what you need to do, right? How you need to be successful, regardless of other people's opinions. And then the 2 of needles, um, with the 6 of needles. So, see, the 2 of needles. Um, yeah, because the 6 of needles indicates you've been through a difficult time. So now you need the two of needles. Something heavy is on your mind. You've been racking your brain over a predicament, trying to come up with a solution that benefits everyone involved. Make sure you're seeing things as they really are. You need all the facts before you can make up your mind. Reversed. You're not seeing eye to eye with someone in your life. Yeah, that's that king and queen candles over here. It's like you're trying to operate in this good king of candles, this good queen of candles. But this energy just keeps like trying to get you to listen to them, trying to get you to do what they want, just their own agenda, really. And you are like, stop. Like, I have my own agenda. Okay. So, 2 of needles, something heavy is on your mind. Um, Make sure you're seeing things as they really are. You need all the facts before you can make up your mind. You're not seeing eye to eye with someone in your life, and things are coming to a head. You have communicated your thoughts and feelings, and so have they, but you're still in disagreement. Sometimes all you can do is give your best advice and be supportive without standing in the way. Ultimately, you can't control what other people decide to do. Yeah, you've been through a rough time because these two energies of like someone telling you what to do or how to act has been weighing very heavily on you because you don't want to act the way they want you to. You don't want to do what they want you to do. You're not happy with that. It's not your happiness. It's not your life. That their choices for your how you live your life are not their advice is not good advice. And you tried that advice, you tried that life, and it's just it was terrible, 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 terrible. I can't even begin to describe how terrible it is. So now you're like, no, I need to do what's best for me now because what you've had me doing or your advice that you've been giving me has just been awful, straight up awful. So it's good that you're seeing that as you can always go back to what lifestyle they wanted you to live, but it was just so bad and ugly and just horrible and just drained you of so much of your energy and time that it became just toxic, honestly. And you're like, I'm never going back there again. And now you're just like, wow, I really need to like get back to what's important. Um, yeah. So the second leaf, that's the third of 3 choices or possible outcomes for the present or future. So there's 3 choices. You can go back to, yeah, you can go back to what they want you to do and how they want you to act, or you can do what is ultimately best for you. Not a very hard choice, but I still feel like it's hard to break that pattern and that routine of like doing what they want you to do. Because you used to have so much respect for this person, I feel like, and now you've lost all respect for them, and it's hard to see them in that light that you used to see them in. I even think it's like Ace of Needles. Um, Ace of Needles. Okay, so let's see. The Ace of Needles represents a major eureka moment. Yeah. See, I said I don't know, and here's the eureka moment, okay? If you're feeling innovative and inspired, run with it. This is a time of mental breakthroughs and revolutionary clear insight. Make sure you jot down all your brilliant ideas. Have you been feeling lost in a fog, dazed, aimless, confused? Consider what you really want and come up with a realistic plan to get it. Giving yourself a goal will help you find the motivation and focus you're lacking. Okay? So there you go. Right there is that's your choice. That's your ultimate choice right there is make sure you jot down your brilliant ideas. Make sure you follow your justice creative energy. That's what's inspiring you to move forward and motivate you and find your motivation focus you're lacking. Fighting for justice, fighting for the truth, fighting for what's right. That's your motivation. You're not living in this world anymore where this other person is dictating to you how they want you to live your life because or what they want from you in order to be with you by your side. Like that's why I have king and queen. It's because I feel like this is a partnership. Is this person trying to pull you away from yourself and get you to change over and over and over again and be somebody you're not over and over and over again. And you just completely separated yourself from that. You're like, that's not who I am. That's not how I was raised. That's not how I'm inspired. That's not how I'm motivated. I'm motivated by justice. I'm motivated by my creative ideas that flow from justice. And you're not going to settle for anything less. And they want you to settle for less. Okay. Now we have the fifth branch, and these are the next few weeks ahead, and that's the Page of Needles. Okay. So the Page of Needles. The Page of Needles represents a cunning, curious personality archetype. Like lock, shock, and barrel, and the Page of Needles has wit and cleverness, but lacks the maturity to realize his way isn't always the best way. And his way isn't always the best way. This is like a male or like a man or a masculine energy that's like his way is not always the best way. Like he might think he's clever and smart and quick witted, but he's not. He's just mischievous and lacks maturity, right? Which is what lock, stock, and barrel. Lock, shock, and barrel. Lock, shock, and barrel. Okay. So he has to realize that his way isn't always the right way. That's that maturity, right? Reverse, the Page of Needles becomes a know-it-all who sees ego gets in the way of his success. He doesn't keep his promises and often passes the blame for his own mistakes onto others. Side and manipulative, the reverse Page of Needles is childish, cold, and self-interested. Remember, cooperation and humility will get you further than bulldozing others. That's the energy we're dealing with. Okay, now it says that this is the next few weeks ahead. So for the next few weeks ahead, you're going to be dealing with this energy of someone who is trying to be clever but lacks maturity. He isn't always the best way. He's manipulative. He's childish. He's cold and self-interested. So cooperation and humility will get you further than bulldoze others. So trying to cooperate with this person is not going to be an easy task, but you have to just stay strong and stay for what's right. Ace of Needles. You have to just keep pushing forward. Um, yeah. Mental breakthrough. Yeah. Brilliant ideas. You have to just keep jotting down all your brilliant ideas. Keep focusing on your creative flow. Keep fighting for justice. That is the path you're in. That is the direction you're in. So just keep going that way. And then the first root, someone or something from the present that may have influence. The first root. Okay, so someone or something from the present. We have the Five of Needles. That is someone or something. Someone or something. Five of Needles. Okay, this is the ultimate battle card. Oh my god. So this ultimate battle has influence on you. Oh, from your past. Okay, just battle. Okay. Are you finding an oogie boogie in your life? That's that Page of Needles. That immature person that's not trying to let you be yourself and is trying to bulldoze you. Conflict can be uncomfortable, but sometimes it's inevitable. You'll need to be agile and clever to gain the upper hand. Good luck. Reversed represents a period after a battle when it's time to shake hands and move on. You've had a moment to settle your bets and cool off. Let bygones be bygones and move on with your head held high. So for now, let bygones be bygones because you just started picking up the pieces to this past energy you were dealing with. And it looks like this energy could come back in and try to confuse you again and try to manipulate you again. But you have to keep the upper hand. And it's like saying good luck with that. The third root, your subconscious feelings and thoughts. The Seven of Needles. Okay. Right. So, Seven of Needles. Let's see. This is your subconscious feelings and thoughts. Okay. Often represents sneaky behavior. You may need to play your cards close to your chest if you're trying to solve a problem. Okay. So that's where that cleverness comes in, is because you have to be sneaky because with your behavior, because this person could like easily maybe get triggered or something. If you're trying to solve a problem, think outside the box. Sometimes the obvious conventional path isn't the one that will take you where you want to go. Okay? So, yeah, let's read the story. Yeah, shows up reversed when it's time to face the truth. You know it's better to be honest with yourself in the long run. Acknowledging the reality and working through it will benefit you in the end. Be brave. Right? It's saying good luck and be brave, because you have to like outwit this manipulative person, this bulldozing personality that tries to keep you from your path of success. So you got to be careful of that energy. So it's okay to be a little sneaky and, you know, like maybe not reveal all your cards at once. Like I would say like don't let them know like what they don't need to know. Like I think that this person wants to control like every aspect of your life, and that's very manipulative and that's not good at all. So you have to control what you can control and make what you can make a priority. Well, what you need to make a priority, which is yourself. You can't make them your priority. The third leaf, the next few months. Okay, because I feel like they're playing games too. I feel like they're not being truly like honest. The third leaf. Okay, this is the next few months ahead. 9 of presents. So we had 10 of presents, which is the ultimate goal, right? Happy life, success, financial prosperity, gaining success here. So 9 of presents. It's the next few months ahead. Okay. So this represents material abundance. You've made your dreams come true and are reaping the rewards of your hard work. Now that you have everything you need, it's important to set yourself up for sustained success by managing your income wisely. This card reverse reminds you of your value. Don't sell yourself short. Make sure you're getting the compensation you deserve. Believe in your skills and abilities. What you have to offer is important. Adjust accordingly. Okay, so adjust accordingly. Like if you need to make adjustments so that you can have more prosperity and more financial abundance, then that's what you need to do. And that's the next few months ahead, is creating that financial abundance for yourself and creating that happy life for yourself and that success for yourself, and not listening to this manipulating, cunning, like energy that wants to try to bulldoze you and get you to do what they want you to do. And the 3 possible outcomes are looking really good. Like you're not going to do what they want you to do. Like you're going to do what you want to do, and you're going to make the adjustments you need over the next few months so that you're getting what you need and you're not letting them control you. And that's that energy of like moving towards justice, moving towards success, moving towards what's good for you, right? Aligning your path and your goals. And you have to do this with, the mindset of someone who is trusting themselves. You have to trust yourself. You can't trust them, okay? Because they've already betrayed you. The pieces have already fallen into place. You've already seen what their behavior is like. You already know what they're about. You can't trust them. So, they're going to still keep trying to get you to do things, that align with what they want. But you cannot do that. Their path is one of destruction. You have to go down your path, which is that creativity and that flow and that abundance. Okay? That's what I have for you. Thanks so much for watching. Love and light always. Bye.